Welcome back, enemies of the fire. We are back again with our picks, our prognostications, our predictions. We look into the crystal ball. Whatever. It's match week 12. What's up, James? This is James. This is DBG. I'm FC Neo Tokyo. James, run us through these games. Let's see what the experts think.
All right, real quick, we're gonna fly through these matches. Montreal is home against the best team in the league. Inter Miami, Messi leading at the top of the charts from the stats. I think he's got 12 assists and he's got 10 goals. There it is. You see it in black and white. There it is. But it's Montreal at home, and they've been struggling. In fact, to the point where their players want out. Who do you guys got in this one?
I mean, Jesus, for all you degenerates, this is a no-brainer, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of you guys were crapping your pants when Miami was losing against New York last weekend. How quickly the tables had turned.
Miami can't win every match, though, right?
You're right. They can't win everything.
They can't win everything, but you know what? You're talking about Magic Man Messi and company, so Miami, bro, that's it. Miami.
I'm on board.
It's so easy. Totally Miami. There's no Montreal has no shot.
Yeah, I'm moving on to New York Red Bulls. I'm on board Miami. New York Red Bulls versus the New England Revolution, who just are coming off a win against the Chicago Fire. Is that going to right the vibes?
On the road, yeah.
Is that going to right the vibes for New England? Because now they're on the road against New York Red Bulls, who had
Red Bulls
a heck of a loss against Inter Miami the other day, didn't they?
Red Bulls are going to recompose themselves. They're going to brush it off, and they're going to win.
This is a game. This is a game to get well off of New England. They had a moment of individual magic. Beyond that, they didn't play well against the Fire. Nope. So honestly, there's no shot. New York.
Over.
New York's pissed off.
Yeah, they're at home. They're 9th in the league. They're at the top of the league, and New England is at the bottom. Atlanta United taking on DC United at Atlanta. The difference is that they are 19th and 17th best clubs in MLS, so they're 2 spots apart. Pretty darn close. They both have 3 wins. What's going to happen here at Atlanta?
Oh, I say Atlanta for sure.
I'm gonna have to go with Atlanta, even though it's, to me, kind of smells. I'm kind of smelling into draw territory, but it's Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta's what we should be, which the Fire should be. They're scrappy. They're winning games they shouldn't. They're losing games they shouldn't. They're kind of all over the place, but this is one for sure that they should lock down.
Slam dunk Atlanta. DC United's got 0 wins on the road. They got the 3 wins at home. Atlanta is at home. That's where their 3 wins also have come. Atlanta slam dunk on the at home versus DC United. Also going off pedigree, got to go with Atlanta if we're going off pedigree. Yeah. Philadelphia Union taking on Orlando City at Philadelphia. Orlando City is the 26th best club in MLS, while Philadelphia Union better on pedigree and 16th in MLS. Philly though only has 3 wins on the season. Orlando has 2. At Philly once again.
Philly's falling apart, man. Maybe we wait. Maybe the Fire waited long enough that they're going to get Jim Curtin.
You really think that they're falling apart? Don't they have Christian Benteke, or is that DC United?
That's DC.
That's DC.
Philly's kind of coming to the end of they're aging out of this current run. I call a draw. I call a draw.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. I mean, when you got your star guy, how was it? Is Bedoya still playing with them?
Is who?
Bedoya?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean he scored last week. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so that guy is already in his 40s, man.
I'm liking this draw call because Orlando City has 1 win on the home and 1 win on the road. Meanwhile, Philadelphia has 2 of their wins coming on the road. They have 1 win at home, but that could potentially be rewriting the ship at home. That could be a really big momentum shift if they do get the win. You got to think they will get the win here. Do you really think things are really falling apart that much that they can't get the win against Orlando?
I do. I call a draw. If you're calling a win, I give you props.
I'll stick with the win then for Philly Union. All right, I'll stick with Philly Union for the win there.
Mike, the big question is, will they fire Jim Curtin at the end of the season?
Wow. I mean, that'd be a big pickup for the Fire.
It would be, but they're not gonna do it.
Any coach that's fired in MLS would be a big pickup for the Fire, like we said last podcast. I wasn't trying to be contradictory.
We're gonna save the Fire talk for later. I have a whole bunch of stuff.
Toronto and New York City taking on each other. It's gonna be at Toronto, though. Let me take a look at who is the better team. Fifth place for Toronto. New York City is 14th.
Oh.
It's kind of hard not to go with Toronto. Fifth place team. They're playing at home. It looks like whatever issues they had, they fix them. I'm gonna go with Toronto on this one.
Is it Bernadeschi is coming back this week, or is it somebody's coming back this week off of injury? I feel like you should call a Toronto win if you're smart, but I just smell MLS, man. It's a draw. I call it a draw. New York is just all the East. Every team is just so all over the place. It's a knife fight, man.
Toronto has one loss at home, and they have 4 wins at home, 2 wins on the road. So that's out of their 6 wins. New York City has 0 wins on the road. Their 4 wins come at home. I think New York City sneaks this one out.
Oh, that's one of those separators here where we all pick something different.
I think that could be one of the ones that people lose their houses over. So
I think New York City comes in and surprises, gets the dub against Toronto. So we said moving on to Charlotte, Nashville.
Okay.
I mean, they're both crappy teams. So
yeah, what do we really know about either of these teams?
Well, pedigree, you go with Nashville, but they're 22nd in the league. Charlotte's currently 13th, and they have double Nashville's wins, 4-2. So it's at Charlotte. Let's take a look at their home record, though. If we dig a little deeper, Charlotte's got 4 wins, 4 of them at home.
Oh yeah.
Nashville, their 2 wins both come at home.
That's kind of impossible to pick against Charlotte. I'd have to pick Charlotte.
Yeah, it's Charlotte, man.
I want to really know what Nashville did last game. That's what I want to know.
I think they lost.
Really?
If I'm not a crazy person,
they beat Montreal 4-1.
Oh,
well, JK, I guess I am a crazy person.
I'm saying it's going to be Nashville because it's going to come in a surprise and get their first road win on the season.
Nashville, MLS is going to MLS.
I mean, don't they still have good players? Like, what's happened there?
It just, you miss your window, and then things aren't really right, and it's time to like tear down and build up from the foundation as opposed to like remodel.
The product becomes stale. Teams have figured you out. Situation.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair. You got to change your identity.
They lost Dax McCarty. You might be talking me out of Nashville. You know what? Let's go back. Let's switch back over. What did Charlotte do last game?
What didn't they do?
What didn't they do? I mean, it was amazing.
Can you see what they did last game real quick?
Yeah, let's see.
Because I mean, on pedigree, it's Nashville, but
I'll tell you what they did. They beat Portland.
They sure did, but everybody seems to beat Portland.
All right, so they're coming off of a win too.
Yes, they are
2-0. Man.
So you're gonna have a team that's overconfident because they beat up on Montreal. And you have another team.
I'm picking a draw here.
Whoa! Fix is in. Okay.
All right, boom. You talked me into it. We'll move on to the next game.
Ooh, the next game.
I got a refresh here, but it was Columbus Crew at FC Cincinnati. Is that what you're excited about? Because
no, it's Cincinnati at Columbus.
Oh, it's Cincinnati at Columbus. So
Cincinnati is in disarray.
And it's wild that these 2 Ohio teams that, as the podcast I was listening to previous mention, we'll talk about it later in the podcast, but they are better than the Chicago Fire. The 2 teams from Ohio.
By the way, shout out to Connor.
Connor knows soccer.
Connor knows soccer. Gonna be rooting for his Columbus Crew. They're the best team in the league right now, though. And I don't think anything changes here. They get the win against FC Cincinnati at home.
Win. Yeah, they get the win.
Hell is real, Derby, man. Hell is real. They're taking bragging rights.
But I got
Columbus
a
Crew.
crazy stat for you. So the
I
Columbus
gotta
Crew.
ask something. Is the Crew playing in the Conca Champions the following week?
No.
Because
Don't believe
otherwise there'll
so.
be a heavy rotation.
Google that while I tell you this crazy stat. So
MLS wouldn't put rivalry week right before that.
Okay.
So Columbus Crew desperately need a win right now because right now they're sitting in 12th place on 3 wins. FC Cincinnati has double their wins at 6. And guess how many came on the road?
4?
4. 4 of those wins came on the road. And we saw one of those, I believe, against Chicago Fire, I believe. Didn't they kick the Fire's butt?
Yeah, everybody kicks Fire's butt.
So
Columbus plays Pachuca June 1st, by the way.
Okay,
so
so
it is
good.
coming up. But their 3 win Columbus's 3 wins all come at home. They have nothing going on the road for them at the moment. So I do pick Columbus to get this and start getting and righting the ship, so to speak.
Yeah, Columbus has got this.
Moving on to St. Louis City FC. SC versus the Chicago Fire. Chicago
There's
Fire,
a team. There's one of these teams in this game has not scored a goal in 4 games.
and both of these teams, though, have 2 wins to their name. They're in 18th and 25th place, respectively, but yet they both have 2 wins. That's what ties will do for you.
Whoa.
St. Louis's 2 wins both come at home, and so does Chicago Fire. Their 2 wins come at home. Can Chicago Fire get their very first road win of the season?
No.
Or does St. Louis come out on top at home?
No, not with Corpo's managing. No, it's a.
I feel like. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you're going to St. Louis, and you know what? I'm gonna save my disappointment of the Fire for a later segment.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's move on to the next game.
Well, hold on. We didn't even pick it. Didn't even pick it. I'm gonna call this sounds stupid, but in my heart of hearts, if it's gonna be a draw and the Fire are gonna finally score a goal just by sheer mathematics, they have to score. So this is gonna be a draw. It's gonna be a draw. That's what I'm calling.
You know what? I can't see the Fire winning this, but I could definitely see them draw this one. So draw for me.
Fire loss.
Thomas.
Moving on to Sporting Kansas City versus Houston Dynamo. Houston is in 15th place. They have 4 wins, which is double Sporting Kansas City's 2, who sit in 21st. But it is in Kansas City. So who's going to be taking down this Sporting Kansas City Dynamo match?
I call the Dynamo. I really do. I feel like Kansas City is just that. This is a down year for them, and that home is a fortress. But man, they're gonna lose a few, and this is one of them.
Yeah, I'm going with Houston on this one too. I don't see Kansas City is kind of out of sorts. I think eventually they're going to fire Peter Maurice anyway, so maybe we could get him for the Fire. Who knows?
No, don't you start with that. You get James all excited.
This is my tie lock of the week. I'm picking a tie here between Houston Dynamo and Kansas City, and hear me out. So you got 2 wins. 2 wins coming in for Houston Dynamo at home. 1 win for for Sporting Kansas City at home. 1 on the road. And meanwhile, on the road, Houston has success, but they are missing the ties. Here comes their first tie.
I mean, I respect it. I feel like Houston's going in and gonna smack them around.
All right, let's rip through these last few games. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. FC Dallas taking on Austin SC. It's going to be the Battle of Texas here. FC Dallas is in 27th place. They have 2 wins, and Austin has ×2 that. It's going to be, they're sitting in 10th place with 4 wins, Austin FC. So Matthew McConaughey has got to be happy about that. And we know that FC Dallas has been struggling. Who's going to take down this game here, boys?
I'm going with Austin.
Yeah, I agree. Like Dallas is struggling so hard, but they're favorites in this game, which is wild to me.
Austin has 3 wins at home, 1 win on the road. FC Dallas's 2 wins all come at home. I'm seeing an FC Dallas win here. They're going to diss up, and Austin FC comes in, throws up a disappointing performance.
You're a madman.
Yep.
I'm going with Colorado Avalanche. I'm sorry, Colorado Avalanche.
Colorado Avalanche.
Colorado
Yes.
Rapids taking on San Jose Earthquakes at Colorado. Colorado are in 8th place with Georgi Mihailovic, 5 wins on the season. San Jose, of course, not one of the better teams in MLS. They have 2 wins on the season, and they're away. Who you got?
I mean, it's Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado, man.
Yeah, you got to. They're doing something over there. It's not done yet, but they're cooking.
Colorado cooks on the road with 3 wins. They also cook at home with 2 wins out of 4 played. I do see them getting the win here against San Jose, who's got 0 wins on the road and 2 wins at home. I'm thinking, yeah,
I wonder
Colorado.
what that whole winning thing is like. Anyway, go ahead.
Damn. That one hurts. LAFC versus Vancouver Whitecaps taking on. It's going to be the battle of the West Coast over here. LAFC, of course, in 11th place, 4 wins. Vancouver, very close to being top of the table. They have 5 wins, 1 win separating the 2 of them. Pretty close in the standings here. Who you guys got?
They're playing in Vancouver?
They're playing
No,
in
they're playing
LA.
in LA.
Okay, then this kind of smells like a draw, but oh man, it smells like a draw, but I'm leaning towards LAFC.
Ooh, you smell it. You smell it. I like that. I like you sniffing that out because Vancouver has 2 wins on the at home and 3 wins on the road. So Vancouver is good on the road.
Yeah.
But also LAFC is really good at home. All 4 of their wins do come at home. They have nothing going for them on the road. I like how you're sniffing out the tie there. I'm going that way.
I think I'm gonna go with a draw.
This whole time I want to say Vancouver, but like, God, the numbers have got me messed up. The LAFC is such a favorite, but I'll for contrarian's sake, I got Vancouver. They're gonna go in there and surprise some people.
All right, LA Galaxy taking on Real Salt Lake, who just got a new hockey team. The Phoenix Coyotes are going to be settling in over at into Salt Lake, so they got a new partner.
Wait,
there.
do what now?
Yeah, I've mentioned that before, but we'll talk about that later. But Salt Lake is getting is inheriting the Phoenix Coyotes hockey team. It's coming it's happening very soon. It's basically already a done deal, allegedly. LA Galaxy in 6th place with 5 wins. Real Salt Lake in 2nd place with 6, and we've seen the damage that they could do, and they've been running amok. I mean, on the road, at home, they've got 3 wins each. 3 wins at home, 3 wins on the road. And LA Galaxy, there are no slouches either. 2 wins at home, 3 wins on the road. These are 2 really good teams. What's going to happen here?
LA is winning this, man. I like what they're doing over there. I know Salt Lake is not anybody to sneeze at, but like, you got to take the home team in this.
LA at home. I love it. I'm calling that too.
Yep.
Boom.
Same here.
Rip it up. Take that ticket to the booth. Portland Timbers taking on Seattle Sounders, Toke's favorite team. The 24th
team.
The 24th place Portland Timbers taking on the 23rd place Seattle Sounders. They both have 2 wins to their name, and it's going to be in Portland. Who you guys got?
This has to be the worst Cascadia Classic ever, correct? This has to be the worst either of these teams have ever been when they're getting ready to play this huge game.
They're both crappy teams right now.
Well, if it's both, if the both at you're right. I mean, how often is that Portland and Seattle? Portland's more often a bad team than Seattle, and Seattle is not often a bad team. Seattle Sounders good at home, not good at home, and not good on the road, but they do have 1 win each.
But they're great in the air.
And Portland Timbers,
neutral venues.
The same story for the Portland Timbers. Not great. They have 1 win at home, 1 win on the road. So like they both struggle to produce results.
It's kind of one of those situations where you would have asked me, 5-6 years ago, like, man, so Seattle, their home stadium's going to be empty, or it's going to be a lot of missing people, so to speak. I would have said, nah, you're kidding. Nah, they have a great fan base, but I guess reality is finally sinking in on them.
So who are you taking?
Man, you know what? I'm going to go with Portland.
Damn, I was going to do the same thing because, like, in a game like this against 2 terrible teams, you have to just take the home team.
Yeah,
You
I
really
mean,
do.
you know what? I gotta go with Portland. The wheels are falling off Seattle. I'm hoping to fire the coach. That way, we have a potential candidate for the fire. I think, like I said,
He's
anybody.
like he's a Klopas. He'll be like he'll
Oh
be the
my god!
Seattle's version of Sparky before he comes here.
Oh Jesus!
I agree with both of you. I love a Portland win here.
Yeah.
Taking it home, they squeak out to a third win between the two of them, and they just kind of move ahead. But I think I'm that way too. I think that takes us out of all of our games there. Good luck this week. Make sure you don't spend it all in one place. Bet responsibly, all that good stuff. Allegedly.
Yeah, we're just having a good time here, man. Don't legitimately take our advice as if we are experts. We just love the sport and love the league and all the craziness here.
And actually, it's fun picking it and seeing how we do and how we feel, and and we have a pretty good metric of the league, so it's interesting to see how that turns out. All right, guys, good luck. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Week 12 in the books. MLS betting keywords. Boom.